watching Traders Morning Setups with Dex the Algo Capitalist. Dex created his pulse wave price trigger reports over 2 decades ago, and he's been using them to ride the pulse waves as a full-time trader ever since. Find out more about Dex's reports and sign up for our next webinar to learn how to use them at pulsewavetrading.com.
Good morning and welcome back to the morning show of yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from pulsewavetrading.com, home of the world famous Pulse Wave Price Trigger Reports. Hope you're doing well on this Tuesday morning of January the 23rd of 2024. All right, so the overnight markets are as follows. U.S. dollar index right now is up 10 pips at 103.43. Euro down 16 pips at 108.93. Pound sterling is down 9 pips at 127 even. And the Aussie is up 13 pips at 65.96. Bitcoin future is down 1,470 points right now, trading at 38,705. Ethereum down $159.50 at 21.80.50. Crude oil futures down a whopping $1.05 per barrel, trading at $73.72 per barrel. Nat gas down 9 cents, trading at $2.33. Gold futures up $3.10 per ounce, trading at $2,025.20. Silver futures right now are off about, we'll give it, we'll say a fraction of a penny, trading at $22.45 per ounce. And then we have copper. Copper is flexing this morning, up 2 cents, trading at $3.79 with a bullish 2-bar Charlie setup for the morning, which means we expect an all-day up day for copper and for the market to finish in the green. We have the Dow futures down 58 points at 38,141. E-mini S&P 500 futures up 5 3/4 points at 48.86 3/4. E-mini NASDAQ 100 futures up 32 points at 17,490 even. And the Russell My Hustle up 19.3 points at 2015.60. We have soybean futures up a whopping 9 cents this morning, trading at $12.33 a bushel. We have corn up a penny at $4.47 per bushel, and wheat up 3 cents, trading at $6 per bushel. Interesting how these markets are starting to come to life a little bit here, which is to be expected. And if you look at the corn also has a bullish 2-bar Charlie setup this morning, so we expect an all-day up day and for the market to finish in the green. All right, here's what's on tap today. So UBS makes the case for how things could go south for stocks. Tesla has at least 7 reasons it should be worried, according to Morgan Stanley. And Gen Z men and women are not on the same page. But first, Netflix and chill. The king of streaming, Netflix's ups and downs over the past 2 years resemble the drama you'd expect in one of its shows. The streamer's stock hit a record high in the fall of 2021 amid the pandemic boom, but it bled subscribers in the first half of 2022, causing its share price to crater roughly 70%. It's battled back, partly thanks to a successful password sharing ban, and as other streamers scramble to figure out long-term business plans. Netflix has been crowned the winner of the streaming wars thus far. But Monday marked another shocking plot twist for the streamer with the departure of Scott Stuber, the chairman of Netflix Films. Stuber, who reportedly plans to start his own production company, was behind the streamer's high-profile push into producing films. Most analysts are bullish on Netflix ahead of its fourth quarter earnings report, which will drop after today's market close. More than 63% maintain a buy rating on the stock for the upcoming 12 months, while another 28% recommend a hold, according to data from Bloomberg's terminal. But the good times might not last forever. Yeah, Netflix ad business still has a ways to go after a leadership shakeup. That'll be key as advertising is positioned to be a big focus of streamers this year. The compensation isn't letting up either. From Disney to TikTok, there's no shortage of places to be entertained. And if deal making picks up, one tie up could tip the fortune toward one of Netflix's rivals. Netflix's success isn't just in the size of its audience, nearly 250 million total subscribers, but its stickiness. The streamer's churn rate, or ratio of people who cancel their subscriptions compared to those who stay, is roughly 2%, well below the rest of the industry. Churn is a particular relevant statistic these days, as more users are canceling subscriptions following a spate of price hikes. So, what's Netflix doing to keep people around? I would have to think that for Netflix, there's an element of first mover advantage. It was many people's introduction to streaming subscription services, and the size of the library also helps. Netflix is so big, it even has shows from other streamers, a sign of how ubiquitous it has become. However, Netflix's secret sauce is its consistency. A lot of the best things, some people really like Saltburn. It was all right, to Succession, to The Bear, were on rival streamers. But when looking for something to watch, most people instinctively start with Netflix, and you know let the app wars continue. The downside to all-time highs. The market is booming, but UBS sees a scenario potentially due to inflation or geopolitical turmoil that could send the S&P plummeting 23%. One market vet outlined how everything going so well could lead to a melt-up situation where inflated valuations burst. One hedge fund to rule them all, Ken Griffin's Citadel, generated $8.1 billion in gains for investors in 2023, helping to extend its lead as the world's most profitable hedge fund, according to data from LCH Investments. The firm's $74 billion in all-time gains is nearly $20 billion more than the funds tied for second all-time, D.E. Shaw and Millennium. BlackRock says investors need a whole new playbook these days. A note from the world's largest money manager said geopolitical volatility is here to stay. But the new landscape is riskier and less predictable. The Los Angeles tech scene is falling further behind New York City, Boston, and other areas. LA's tech scene surged during the COVID era, but investors have recently been enamored by generative AI, which isn't LA's strong suit. How much do TikTok employees make? Data shows just how much TikTok workers can earn in different jobs: data scientists, software engineers, and more. They make anywhere from $29 an hour to $455,600 a year. The EV industry needs to tread carefully. Morgan Stanley just issued 7 reasons Tesla should be worried. Plus, Stellantis CEO, the parent of Puget, Chrysler, Dodge, and other major automakers, warned of an industry-wide bloodbath if companies engage in Tesla's price war. The biggest problem in the EV industry, however, is the fact that there aren't a plethora of filling stations. Not to mention, there's still setbacks in the EV industry, such as you can only do but so much in an electric vehicle. Electric things are not as powerful as gas operated, or diesel operated machines. like chainsaws, for instance, or lawnmowers. A battery charged lawnmower is not going to be as powerful as your gas guzzling lawnmower, for instance. Also, batteries have limitations of their own, like cold weather and moisture. All right, that could cause damage to the battery, and of course impede performance. So the world is not ready to just drop all fossil fuels and switch over to batteries and solar and wind. All right. It's impossible at this stage. Now, maybe at some point in a distant future, when the technology has become more mainstream and readily available to all, and you have more filling stations for EVs, that you could, revisit this idea. But for now, the world is not ready just to drop anything that has to do with fossil fuels and look to batteries and solar and wind. Plus, let's not forget, it takes energy to create energy. So, in order to create these batteries, you're not making it better or making the earth greener, because that is a whole nother risk assessment association to climate change, if they want to put it that way, man-made climate change, as anything else, as fossil fuels. And some could argue it's even worse. What do you do with all these batteries? What do you do when new models come along? What do you do 10 years from now? What are you going to do with all those battery operated vehicles? You can't just, put them in the landfill. They have to be, dealt with special. You're talking about hazmat material when you talk about these batteries, right? So there has to be a way, and that's going to be even more expensive. It's way more expensive to, recycle hazardous material than it is to recycle plastic and things of that nature, and paper, you know? So these are other issues that you have to think about. All right. Energy is costly, and it takes energy to create energy. So it's a never ending circle loop. Young people are rapidly growing more and more divided by gender. It's a strange phenomenon that suggests something more significant is going on. Young women are steadily becoming much more liberal, while young men are not. These charts show how much traffic has plunged in the Suez and Panama canals and its economic impact. Freight costs are going up now that vessels are rerouting and taking longer journeys. The chart also illustrates the shipping route's potential impact on inflation. Building an AI equivalent of a senior analyst, Bosney Asset Management is building a series of AI-based bots that can proactively do the work of senior analysts. They're designed to help investment teams work more efficiently by automating grunt work. There it is. More jobs being lost to AI. In other news, everything you need to know about the 2024 New Hampshire Republican primary. Shein and Temu use a loophole to ship millions of packages to the U.S. tax-free. And here's why the tax rule faces increased scrutiny. Meet Centerbook partners, the hedge fund powered by Intel from dozens of other managers. AI voice cloning startup Elevant Labs confirms $1.1 billion valuation after it closes third funding round in a year. And of course, Californians are pouring into Texas. The mayor of Dallas said the state has the two things everyone wants. And a year ago, most economists expected a recession. Now 91% say otherwise. This MIT study says AI won't take my job, but it doesn't make me feel too sure that AI won't take my job. It's funny. So if they claim we're not in a recession, and a year ago economists expected a recession, and then the opposite happens, that means that if you just do the opposite of what they say, that means the opposite of what they say will be true. So a year ago, they said no recession. I mean, they expected a recession. No recession, right? Now, 91% say we are not expecting a recession, which means we're definitely going into recession. Yeah. What's happening today? Well, Oscar nominations come out today. Zaza Beetz and Jack Quaid will announce them live. New Hampshire primary, Donald Trump and Nikki Haley are facing off in a second Republican presidential primary contest. And in earnings today, you got Netflix, Procter & Gamble, General Electric, Verizon, among other companies. All right, ladies and gents, that will do it for this morning's show. And as you know, today, in about 30 minutes, the 2024 Doomsday Clock announcement. And you can watch the clock unveiling live today at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, I'll put a link here in the chat so that you can see it. I put it in here yesterday too, but for those that missed it, all right, there's the link there. So let's see, is it going to be 30 seconds to midnight, 60 seconds to midnight, or will it be midnight? You know, right now it is 90 seconds to midnight at present. How close are we going to go? Do you think it's going to be 60 seconds, 30 seconds, 15 seconds? Write your response in the comments. What do you think the doomsday clock will be reset to? Right now, the current is 90 seconds. So you think it's going to be 60 seconds, 30 seconds, 15 seconds, 5 seconds? You know, what do you think? Write your comments in the comment section. We'll take a little unofficial poll to see what people are thinking. And then in 30 minutes from now, we'll see the actual thing and see what's up. All right, folks, you know what it is. Smash the like button, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Go to postwavetrading.com as well. Take advantage of the amazing products and services we have to offer there. And remember, the system works if you work the system. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And on that note, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.